Sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our zombies, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And toenails? Oh, that's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh, just saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the tense evil would like. Oh yes, and it also requires a couple of well-aged, but unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that.
Later, the other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killing.
A formidable throw. That little snot landed right in the middle of the hellhole. Your creatures have discovered a number of worms in your dungeon. That is so disgusting. Good throw, that little snot. It's payday.
heroes!
Ow!
Hasta la vista, baby!
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women. Stop them! For the Alliance! Well, not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them! For the goddess!
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overproud herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole. Enemies have entered the dungeon. The disgusting evil picked up some worm slime with the hand of terror and threw it into the hellhole. What a waste. What the hell do they make from that stuff? Baby powder? What a diabolical idea. Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead. A giant worm has nested in the dungeon. There are enemies in your dungeon.
Where are you taking me? Oh, hey!
Defend the dungeon heart.
Throw me at the enemy!
It was done. All of the requisite worm slime had been collected. Oh my, I saw this documentary about liposuction one time, and this stuff was... Oh, just forget it. Another challenge mastered by the repulsive evil. Payday! While the battening down the Hatches Evil's dungeon was pleasing and attractive, outside, a whole world of evil surprises and insidious events triggered by entering unmarked areas awaited. What was the fearful evil waiting for? Enemies have entered the dungeon. Hopefully no one has arachnophobia. A spider nest has been discovered.
Attack!
The arachnomanic evil had torn off the first spider leg, just what it needed for the hellhole.
Give me my
carelessly threw
orders.
the rest of the spider and the remaining 7 legs aside.
Ouch!
The non-arachnophobic evil threw the first spider legs into the hellhole. Why did that please the demons? No idea. Maybe they ran out of interdental brushes. There are enemies in your dungeon. Done! All of the spider legs have been tossed into the hellhole. The spider-hating evil had mastered the assignment without even breaking a sweat. Some kind of staging post would be required before any heroes could be sacrificed to the hellhole. Undefeated heroes would be rather uncooperative, but dead ones would be of no help to the bored evil. The solution was obvious. A prison had to be built. The always wanted to be a prison guard evil immediately began to research and build one.
To the good! Good will fall.
There are enemies in your dungeon. The merciless evil's armies destroyed the Hobbit camp with joyful efficiency. These hobbits wouldn't be running off throwing any rings into any lava in any mountains anymore.
And still the Horde, the evil, spread their infestation across Termite Island. Onwards, peoples of the Alliance! Drive this riffraff off! Otherwise, the tourists will stay away and we'll have to close up shop. I'll be at your side. Well, later. I have something important to do in Dalaran. All the best! And for the Alliance and so forth!
Damn, that cowardly magician is escaping!
Just like I hadn't said anything. As Jaina got out of Dodge, her subordinate heroes from the nearby village did what heroes did best. Desperately head for their opponents, using brute force and violence with absolutely no finesse whatsoever. The dungeon protecting evil made ready. As a really broad hint, the savvy narrator pointed out to the perplexed evil that the graves in the graveyard might just need a hearty smack or nudge to release the valuable corpse dust. The dungeon heart is being attacked. The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Evil!
It's payday.
Death to the god!
I want Tanos's head.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Command me!
Death to the god!
Evil will triumph.
Whoops! The first centaur had lost one of its toenails. How sad. But it was exactly what the absolutely no regrets whatsoever evil needed for the hellhole.
Take that, you worm!
Ouch!
Ha! Showed him. This hero camp has been destroyed. Excellent work. So now let's do it again. All the poor souls who have to die because of my failure.
The fabulous Evil's armies had reached the city. Yaina, however, was long gone.
Then I suppose I'll just have to take it out on the inhabitants. Forward! Haven't you plunged enough cities into ruin? Is that a trick question? I'll admit I could have saved myself the question. You monster! Thanks.
No prison had yet been erected in the nameless evil's gloomy realm. It sullenly beat one of its little snots into finally getting started. There are enemies in your dungeon. The first prison had been built. Now, heroes could be imprisoned when they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the Hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.